Hi, welcome to One Word a Day. I'm Sophia, pilot into the universe of Chinese. Let's continue unpacking some of Chinese ideal female beauty, mostly expressions, and not just beauty. I guess in this example, 脉脉含情 means somebody who is looking at you with emotions, with a lot of feelings. So it's talking mostly about the look. Like somebody's looking at you with the, I guess, starry eyes. I guess it's not a okay. It's expression of look of someone who is your admirer, like someone who likes you a lot, and that's the, the depiction. 脉脉含情, and the 脉 actually can be pronounced as 脉 as well. But in this expression, it somehow changed the pronunciation to 脉脉含情. And by the way, I just learned how to mark the tonation. So you're not going to see this big green strokes to mark the tonation. It's part of this spelling now. I hope it's still visible to you. Please let me know if this small, like falling tone here, it's too small for you. Like before I make it a big, like it's obvious, like in your face. But 脉脉含情 is really like how romanized sound making Chinese would spell out like. Okay, this 脉, I translate it as a pulse, like pulse reading. As like Chinese do have this pulse reading medical practice in ancient times, even in contemporary Chinese hospital. If you go check something, the doctor may still want to touch your pulse reading by 1 inch down your wrist. That's where they're going to place, I guess, 2 fingers here, just place there for a little bit to be able to read your vital signs that way, human to human as a medical device. Picture that. Okay, so this pulse reading, this 脉把脉, like hold onto the pulse. This is the pulse thing. Okay, it's made of the meat symbol on the left. So when we have the meat symbol, that means something related to our physical body, to our muscular structure. And the right side, it looks like a river flowing, isn't it? So this shape, I call it an omega shape with 2 streaks down there, simply depicts the meat. I guess in ancient times, because there's no refrigerator, so the meat was stored in the most times in the shape of dry meat, hung up, like a big chunk of meat hanging up. That's what I would imagine would be the case, and therefore that's the most commonly seen, observed meat shape. So, okay, and the right side, it looks like a river, right? So I would imagine it's the bloodstream the language creators was actually alluding to. So this pulse means the bloodstream going down through your meat. Right? It's what that is, what pulse is. So the blood, the human circulation, this is muscular. Circulation was depicted by this stream looking, and you actually is viewing here of this joint stream, because what do you imagine our circular system would behave similarly to the rivers in nature, right? It's like smaller streams join together into bigger stream. Also like our traffic map, right? From your individual neighborhoods, then join onto the main street, and then to freeway, like bigger, wider road. And that's kind of depicting the joint of stream of blood flow together. So it's a structure that almost like a tree trunk or traffic flow, definitely our circular system. So the Chinese language capture that joint of stream, and it even gives you the blood vessel. I mean, here I would imagine these are the blood vessels so depicting. So it's like river-like thing flowing inside you that got its own tunnels. It's not going to free flow all over your body. It have its own contained channels flowing inside you. So that's pulse. I think it's a pretty accurate depiction of what pulse in human anatomy would be considered. So 默. Again, Chinese here is using repetition of an exact same sound, same character twice, right after one after another, to give you pulse. Because when we're pulsing, it's a recurring beat, right? It's not just one pulse and it's dead, right? But when we say more, we have this repetition one after another. And that's enough to show it's a cyclical. It's not going to just one and stop there. It's going to be repeated. And for the economy of language, this two is enough to show you the repetition in there. So that's how pulse work, right? It's this sign on the monitor in contemporary equipment. And audibly, Chinese would create more, like two beat of your pulse to show this cyclical nature of pulsing. Okay, 含情. Han means containing, and I translate English as with. I mean, I think it's a good translation. Pulse with feelings. Okay, 默含情. This containing is made of, okay, the mouth symbol. So this is a mouth symbol. This looking thing with horizontal line, that's like a smiley face, right? And then this, in my view, it looks almost like you're drinking some soft drink, you have a straw in there. It looks like a straw, right? It's pointing toward the mouth. So it's definitely something is, going into your mouth. So to me, that's like an indicator of something in your mouth, kind of pointing in there. And then the top, this kind of shed looking thing, according to scholars, this means gathering. So it's like almost like an arrow shape. That means multitudes of it. And gathering and inside your mouth, we can kind of make the jump of that means containing, right? In your mouth containing. So your mouth as a container to hold something. And this gathering means, supposedly it's food, right? Gathering in your mouth or something tastes good that you like to hold in your mouth for a long time. And that eventually this mouth holding extended into anything else holding, containing. Okay. 情, okay, feelings. We have the left and right. The left is Chinese heart symbol. Contemporary is easy. When I learned it, okay, one line, one, like, okay, whenever I see the symbol, that means it's something related to emotions. We have a ton of characters paired with this. But then I never questioned why this one vertical line with two little strokes means something related to emotions. Here is why, because this is the heart symbol. The heart symbol eventually got simplified into this, like a stick thing. But the heart really is a pump. It's a chamber. This is the pump chamber. And then it comes with in tube, out tube, and then the bloodline for the heart itself. It looks almost like a lobster, right? So it has three tubes connecting to the chamber. Blood in, blood out, and the bloodline to give the energy to the heart organ itself. I mean, how to the point that is what heart is. It's just that. So Chinese character, extreme simplification of what could be a awesome, complicated organ, but then just simplify it into this chamber, three tubes connected to it. And the right side is the color of life. We came across this expression many times recently. One is depicting the color of water, clear, using color of life with water. One is depicting the color in their prime time, color of life paired with person. And this is depicting humans' rich, vibrant feelings using color of life depicting connected to the heart. So I guess this is a universal thing. Chinese ancient times feel like the feelings is somewhat related to the heart. English will have a ton of heartbreaking, right? Heartwarming. So our emotional response or processing is somewhat in both languages tied to the function of the heart. I mean, heart is nothing but a pump. Maybe I was wrong. I mean, maybe the heart can actually feel something, maybe. But in both languages, it happens to be the heart is related to this emotional processing. It's not only the bloodstream, but it's emotional processing as well. So life, the color of life paired with heart symbol, that's feelings or emotions. Color of life, again, life, trident shape. This is a plant. Ground, so you have a plant, plug into the ground. And the second line, make sure it's longer than the first line. That's the indicator. That's the ancient arrow comparable symbol. That's this long line to point your attention to the very point it intersects with, which is the very end, the tip of the root. That means something is still rooted, something is still alive. So that's the life symbol. At the bottom, it has this shape with two horizontal lines. This itself is Chinese entrance to the mining entrance. So I guess ancient times do have its own mining industry, so to speak, in contemporary comparable mining industry, that we open the earth, make an opening of the earth to gather something valuable for humans. So this valuable things, supposedly some minerals, right, coming out of the earth is depicted in this image. And a lot of times ancient pigment used on painting or on clothing, on dye elements, pigments, was extracted from the earth. So therefore, this becomes a symbol of color as well. So color of life paired with heart, like lively feelings. Like we can only have feelings, either love or hate, anger, all kinds of feelings when we have this color of life with us, right? I mean, that makes a ton of sense right now. So pulse with feelings. 脉脉含情 is Chinese way to show somebody is affectionately looking at you. That's the moment. Like you can almost read the pulse through the look from the way they're looking at you, through the eyes. I mean, we cannot touch that person to do the pulse reading, but we can feel the vibrancy or the frequency from that person just sending over the air, right? Have the affectionate feeling over there. So this is a singer, artist in pretty popular in Chinese pop song scene, and she also do acting as well. Karen Mark, 莫文蔚, and one of her albums name is 含情脉脉. So I want to point out like the versatility of Chinese. It's not exactly dead set in that way. 脉脉含情 is commonly used, but you see in the album here, it's 含情脉脉. So they can be flipped. They can do this. You can say 含情 with feelings, pulse. You can do that as well. But in any case, flip this way or that, 含情脉脉 or 脉脉含情, both are affectionately. Thanks for watching. See you another day.